What's going on, everybody? So I'm just tapping in. I wanted to tell you all what I learned from meditation. First thing I learned was meditation is bomb. Just joking. It's great. No, it really is, and it really shines a light on your perception, your perspective of life, who you are, who you think you are, what you are, and what you're not. And the first thing I started with, the first thing that I learned was that I'm not my body and my mind, and I am actually beyond those things. I'm not a black person, even though it may look like it. I'm actually just a piece of life in a body that seems to be black. Seriously, I'm not joking. Joking, but I'm not joking. And I stopped taking shit so personal too. Everybody comes from a certain background. Everybody is the way they are because they were raised in a certain way. They had certain programming. They had certain parents. They lived in a certain society. They had a certain religion. And I just realized that all that shit is not me. I'm beyond all of that stuff. And it's things that we take on. It's things that we stick to ourselves and we call ourselves. But honestly and existentially, it's just things that we picked up. When we were born here, we were just a baby. We didn't know anything. We had to learn all that stuff. People had to teach us all this stuff. And from these teachings, from all this memory and this kind of programming, indoctrination that we received, we grew up a certain way. We grew up with certain ideals. We grew up with certain prejudices, and we start to believe that that's us. And the sad reality is that we think that it is, but it's not. And so we just get further and further away from truth. We become more and more divisive, more and more feeling alone. And it's easy to be alone, because if you have a certain set of rules and ideas that you think is the truth and everything else is hogwash or it's bad and inferior, then yeah, you will be alone in this world, because not everybody is going to think the same way you do. You may feel great and wonderful when you're in company with people that have similar ideals, but there's a whole portion of the population of planet Earth that is not going to think the way that you do. And so hence all the division, hence all the fighting and the oppression of each other, just all the heinous things that we do on this planet. I realize it's not actually good versus evil. It's what I believe is real and true and good versus what you believe is real and true and good. And it's just this, I don't want to say it's a silly way of living, but it is a very ignorant way of living. When I say ignorant, it's you're taking one thing and you're ignoring everything else in the existence. And so by doing that, you divide yourself from what all there is and what could be. Another thing that I realized, I realized that everything as one is not just the same. It's not just something that, it's not just some hippie saying that people say. It's actually true. That's what I've experienced. That's what I experience on an everyday basis. Everything is one. I feel myself radiating and touching and reverberating with every life around me, whether it be inanimate, animate, human being, plant, animal, insect, whatever it may be, the wall, a rock, everything. I started to feel that all these things are a part of me, and I don't have to necessarily think that. I don't have to make a thought to make that true. That's my reality. That's what I experience. I can touch something that, in a way that I don't physically need to touch it. And that has been one of the most beautiful experiences of my life. Has been one of the, if not the most beautiful experience. It's definitely one of them for sure. It's top 3 for sure. And I just never, before I got into all this meditation, I never imagined that this stuff could be possible. I never imagined that I could experience life the way I do. I never imagined that I could look at a human being on the street and feel as intimate with them as I do with my own family. I'd never imagined I could see someone as a part of myself who I don't even know. I may talk to someone in the grocery store, the woman checking me out in the grocery line, and I'm having such a beautiful experience with this person. It's unspoken. She probably doesn't know that I'm experiencing it this way, but I feel like I'm talking to an extension of myself. And that is an incredible thing, to put it simply. It seems ridiculous, it seems, maybe far off or like nonsense maybe to some of you, but that's what I've experienced. And I've realized that it is true. Everything is one. Everything is one energy. Modern science today proves that everything is one energy. So people have been saying for millions of years, or thousands of years, let me say, probably not millions of years, but people have been saying God is everywhere, everything is God. Whether you want to call it God or a certain kind of energy or a certain kind of intelligence, I experience that. Everything is one. The basis of everything is the same. It all comes from the same source, and the source within that is within ourselves. And if you just turn inward, you can experience that. And I'm so glad that I did turn inward. I'm so glad that I took a leap into something that I wasn't sure about, something that I didn't really know about, that I was skeptical about. Honestly, I was super skeptical when I first started meditating, when I first came upon this yogi named Sadhguru. I was super skeptical. I was like, are you serious? Like, I didn't want to believe that this stuff could be accessed just within ourselves, without any kind of outside support, without any kind of substance or, believing or some dogma or something like that you have to believe in. No, it's like he gave the tool, I used the tool, and the tool worked. It's as simple as that. It's like I had a hypothesis. I wanted to test the hypothesis, so I made an experiment. I did the experiment, and the hypothesis proved to be true, which was, can there be inner dimension that I currently do not know about? Is there a way to explore the depths of my reality and the existence that I'm in contact with and interacting with on a daily basis? Is there a way for that to happen by turning inward? And I saw that there is, and I'm so glad that I did, because before I was just going through this world blindly. I was going through this world just like shooting through the dark, unconscious. And every day when I'm learning with this meditation and becoming more meditative and doing my sadhana and yoga, is that I'm becoming more aware. I'm becoming more perceptive. Things that normally I wouldn't have been able to perceive years ago. It's opening up to me now, and it's just making life more rich, more inclusive, more passionate, more powerful for me, and it just makes life fun to be alive, and it's great. I'm glad that this is a possibility for human beings, and I think people miss out on being a human because we don't explore who we are. We don't explore what we are. We accept the identities and the labels that have been put upon us, and we just accept that as what we are. Someone says, you're black, you're white, you're an American, you're a conservative, you're a Democrat, and that's all in one. You can be all these things and more, but to accept that as what you are and who you are on an existential basis, I think it's to me it's just super limiting. It's very limiting. And it's sad to think that many human beings will, be born and die without knowing the basis of their existence and what is possible, what is the potential of themselves if they just turn it inward, if they just look inside. That's all you have to do. But yeah, it shows me more and more that I want to be I just want to show people in a way. I don't know how I'll do it, but I want to show people that there is a way of living more powerfully than you're living right now. There's a way to be more capable and more in tune with your life and the lives around you, and to, impact things in a way that will produce huge well-being for yourself and others. There's a way of living here that you don't have to struggle, you don't have to be in stress, you don't have to suffer. All of these things we're choosing to do. It's an unconscious choice, but still we're choosing to do it. Only we are creating these emotions and these these feelings within ourselves. And only we can take ourselves out of these things. And a huge way to do that is to turn inward, to address the problem directly. And I'm glad that I did that. I really am. Because before I was suffering, before I started meditating, before I started working internally and looking inside, I was just, anything that was dealt my way, I suffered that basically. Now I have a choice whether to suffer it or to not suffer it. And you better be damn sure that I'm not going to suffer it now that I have the choice. I never suffer it. And I just learned that's a huge thing in this life, to be able to go through this life untouched, unscratched, undamaged by whatever circumstance or situation that we may go through. There may be things that cause physical pain. We can't escape that. We have a physical body. But we don't have to suffer these things. Suffering, prolonged pain to ourselves that we inflict over and over to ourselves mentally in the form of thoughts and memory and emotion. There's ways that go beyond that. And I just hope that I can, through my inner transformation, my inner growing of awareness and perception and perspective, I hope that I can impact others to realize that they don't have to live a life of suffering and pain. They can live a life of huge fulfillment, bliss, and love within themselves, and inclusion with everything that is. But anyway, I'm going to keep this short. I'm glad that you guys watched this video. Super excited to give you guys more content, make some more videos. I know I've been going for a while, just been caught up with a few things. But if you guys ever have an idea for a video, leave it below in the comment section, and I'll definitely check it out. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll try to post more regularly every week, hopefully. But if I don't get mad at me. Thank you guys. I'll see you next time.